Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi. My guest, Johanna Gardner, is here, and I am super excited to bring her here and have this amazing conversation. So, Johanna, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Tammi, for inviting me. It's such a pleasure to be with you today. I am currently an intuitive business coach. It basically means that I can give you intuitive insights into your world and why your business is not making the money that you might like it. And also being able to help you align with your soul's purpose. That's my passion. But how I got here was quite a journey. So I know that we'll go into that as you ask me more questions.
Yes, we can go into that already. So let's share that, because I know that is an amazing story.
Yeah. So I was a single mom at 19. And from that, I just wanted to become a millionaire, right? I mean,
of course. Why wouldn't you?
It was a simple request of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the fastest way that I learned was to become a millionaire was to buy real estate. And so that's what I did. I simultaneously woke up during that whole adventure. And so I had a spiritual awakening. Around 22 years old, I had a car accident that kind of knocked me on my head and said, "Hey, you got to wake up now." So simultaneously I had all these awakenings, and I went into my spirituality, but I still had this trajectory of making $1 million. So I was teaching Reiki and different things on the side, but my main focus was to continue to delve into real estate. And I ended up with multi-million-dollar portfolio. I had 97 mortgage payments at one time, with a hotel and a 5-star wedding business on the Riverwalk in San Antonio, Texas. So I was fully in the thick of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And through that journey, I ended up smack dab in the middle of 2008. And as anybody knows, in the United States, 2008 wasn't exactly pretty for real estate. And
It was a crash.
it was pretty epic. So during that, I had the multi-million-dollar portfolio and the hotel, handsome husband, 2 beautiful kids, beautiful lifestyle, and it all came crashing down. And in the space of 6 months, in 2010, my mother-in-law, who had been helping us manage the hotel, she unfortunately found out her daughter was dying of lung cancer.
Wow.
And so I decided that I was going to let her go and go take care of her daughter. And unfortunately, she couldn't handle it. So she took her own life. And then 4 months later, my sister-in-law died of lung cancer. A month later, the same weekend, my son graduated, my baby graduated from high school. We went bankrupt and lost everything.
Wow.
Except the hotel. But my husband couldn't handle it. And so he eventually departed when we separated and got divorced. And then I ended up living at the hotel and taking care of that, making it work. But through that whole catharsis, I lost all my labels of who I was. I was no longer the daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, millionaire, homeowner, all that kind of stuff. Even my son had left to go live in another state. So it was a really cataclysmic time that I went back and delved into my spiritual gifts. And that was pretty much how I came out of that experience, and realized that my spiritual connection, my being able to find wealth within myself, was my joy and my true happiness. And nothing outside of myself was really going to fulfill me in that level of extent that I really had been searching for.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, I decided after I sold the hotel, I was never going to build a brick and mortar company again, with all these employees. And I performed over 600 weddings. And from that experience, I really wanted to delve into my own spiritual journey, my growth, and my passion. And then, so I had been doing these energy drawings because I'm an artist. And way back in the 1990s, when I was teaching Reiki,
Wait. Did you say you're an artist?
Yes, I'm an
Okay,
artist.
we didn't even go there yet.
I know, I'm a multifaceted human being.
Yes.
I'm a published artist. I'm an encaustic artist. So that means I work with wax. It's a wax for artists, and I uniquely paint it because I found out about the modality when I went back to Cornish College of the Arts, and I used my household iron, some petroleum wax, and started using colors and oils, and create big, large paintings. And I've been in international shows and had my work in museums. And
that is amazing.
So being an artist, I really wanted to be able to teach my students how to see energy and how to work with energy. And from there, I took a just outline of a human being, and got my students to get the colors out. And from there, I would encourage them to do, just to really document what they were seeing and what they were feeling. And so I created this modality where I after 20 plus years of realizing that there was a pattern within our frequencies. We're all made up of frequency and vibration. And so there's the three main colors, the soul colors, which not your auric color, your soul color. And that's how I really delve into people's energy. And so I started offering these online. From there, it became so popular that people were hiring me to do these drawings, and seeing sharing what I was seeing in their soul colors, and their the energy that was happening around their relationships or their businesses and things like that. And from there, I realized, oh my gosh, these people need lots of help. And so I decided to delve into helping the intuitives, healers, and coaches to build their businesses. And so from there, I was really utilizing the soul color drawings to help establish where their weak points are in terms of visibility, and their fears around money, and their wounds around relationship building and reputation and marketing, and all those good things about business. So I have the G.R.O.W.Th Method, which is goals, reputation, wealth, and thyself, offers wealth in thyself. And so that's what I teach, and that's what I do. And I help all my clients, crazy stories. Like one client had, she'd be doing real estate, and I said, you should be doing commercial, let's do it. And she said, no, I'd never done it before. And I said, well, I have, so I can help guide you. And she closed a $6 million deal, and she took a whole mastermind to Mexico for a 5-star vacation. So
wow.
Yeah, crazy results, crazy things. Like I've had a client who came into my retreat, and she'd never, she was really suffering financially. She didn't have enough money for groceries. The class had actually been sponsored by another client of mine who wanted to gift people to come to my class. And And the day, within 24 hours of the retreat, she closed a $15,000 deal. So
Nice.
yeah, so being in real full alignment energetically with people's soul's mission, that's really something that I love to do, and really combining that energy healing with all the business skills as well. So
That is so amazing. So share where you are from,
I'm
because
from
I
England.
hear the accent occasionally.
Yes, well, if I say tomato, or if I say aluminium, or water, would you like some water? That's it. I was originally born, that's another story. So I was originally born in England. I moved to Berlin, Germany when I was 4, went to school there. When I was 6, I went back to England. Then when I was 9, I went to Miami. Then when I was 10, I went back to England. When I was 11, I went to Hong Kong. I grew up in Hong Kong, China for 8 years, during which time I went to boarding school in England. So I was traveling back and forth 6 times a year, an 18-hour flight. So I know China very well, and it's part of my upbringing. And then I came to America. So I say that I have a AAA accent. I have an Anglo, Asian, and American, and you never know what you're going to get. I don't even know.
I know it. It came out one day, you were doing a live.
Yeah.
And I listened and I said, she's not from here.
Can't really say where she's from, really.
I'm like, she looks like she's from here, but she don't sound like it. And I noticed that about some people, and because I think it's my clairaudience. I just be hearing stuff and it's like, okay. So walk me through when you started connecting with the energies. Because I think I heard you say that you were a Reiki master.
Yes, in 1995, I became a Reiki master. Like I said, I was in a car accident. And from then I was going to do all the traditional, physical therapies and things like that. And it really wasn't helping. And a friend of mine suggested that I go and see a Reiki master. And I laid down on the bed. And Valerie, my beautiful mentor, said, "Oh, your 3rd and 4th vertebrae are out, and we need to do some work on you." And I was like, "I have an X-ray to prove that, but how the hell do you know that?" And she said, "Oh, well, I see all these things." And I said, "I want to see." And so from there, I literally started waking up. And because she was an artist as well, she really helped me kind of bridge those two things together, being able to be clairvoyant and from there, I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, that teach people how to tap into their skills and their knowingness. I can actually see through other people's eyes. So literally, if I'm in session with somebody, I can literally see what they're seeing and feel what they're feeling. I'm really, really hyper double empath. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword because I feel everything. But it's an amazing gift, and I'm honored to have it. I really treasure the abilities that I have, and it's really wonderful to be able to help other people tap into theirs and their potential as well, because I can see galactic gifts as well. So I can literally travel the universe and figure out what that soul originally wanted to do and what they've accumulated through their life, through the soul's journey, and the skills and the talents that they actually have, and help awaken them through the sessions with me. So
wow. So did you have somebody that actually showed you how to do that, or was that something
no
spirit gifted you?
I really didn't. I studied with my own guidance. In the 1990s, as you can imagine, there really wasn't a lot of books, and there wasn't in the internet. So I was very isolated in my own experience of things. Of course, I studied, and I was dabbling in the tarot and astrology and things like that, but there really wasn't anything that really explained my downloads, my intuitive experiences. I literally could see where the energy was flowing throughout the earth plane, and how we would how Reiki works, right? So I can see the the energy that we emit, the light energy, and I can see through the Earth's grid how it literally goes to the electromagnetic grid of another person, and then I can direct it to where exactly it's needed the most, fine-tuned. So it's a lot more advanced than the traditional Reiki, but that's just through exercises and continuous study of my own abilities, and everything else is. I think I went to an intuitive one time, and she was pretty well known. And I said, well, you shared this skill that you were doing, and then I just sat in meditation and I figured out how you're doing it. So, can you answer? And she was like, what? How did you do that? And I said, well, it's a free universe, so everything energetic is free source, so we can all tap into it. There's no patents on energy work, so like it just is. It's available to anybody who really asks, and so from that I get downloads and like I learned from my clients mostly. A lot of times I'll be in session with people and they'll ask a question and I'll just intuitively be able to figure out what the answer is from either their guides or my guides, or what's going on with their electromagnetic field. So yeah, it's just a lot of it's being self-taught.
Yes, I was asking because I talked to a lot of people as we talked about in the green room. And so I noticed that some people have had a lot of training, and then I noticed that other people have had a lot of downloads, training from spirit and stuff like that. And what do you suggest to somebody that maybe like you have gone through that dark night of the soul, because that's what that was.
Oh yeah. Dark night.
It was a super dark night.
And I survived. Yay.
Right. I'll take it. Thank you. No.
No.
Yeah, but no.
During the experience, definitely went out as soon as possible. But I was talking to a client today, and she was going through some stuff, and I realized, wow, thank God for me going through the stuff that I have gone through, because I can help her navigate out of it and tell her that I absolutely know without a doubt that she's going to get through it, and help her speed up the process, because otherwise she can get stuck in it. So
yeah, because you've already done it.
Exactly.
It's like when you blaze the trails.
Mm-hmm.
You already blazed the trails, your tire marks already in the road, so all they got to do is just follow your tire marks.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, that's absolutely why you hire a coach or a healer. And I think that ultimately the answer to your question is definitely reach out to those teachers that you resonate with, because ultimately they're going to help activate things that there's just unless you ask the right question of the universe, you're not going to get their answer. It's really a question and answer game with the universe, because they really honor your free will, and so it's this. The teachers that you resonate with are going to have answers for you that you might not have necessarily even thought of that question. And then obviously, it depends on your commitment and your tenacity. Obviously, I have a lot of both of those. Yes. Where literally it's a daily expansion, because I get more joy and more bliss and more expansion of my own experience in life when I practice my daily meditations and being connected. So that's really important to my happiness.
Yes. So did you have any type of blowback from, say, family and friends when you came out of the spiritual closet?
I would say the most blowback that I'm ever going to get is my own tenacity, my own judgment. I do find that there are a lot of healers and intuitives that have their own wounds. So it's really, really important to be able to surround yourself with those who have, moved beyond some of those belief systems. There's some dark energies out there, so you have to definitely be able to figure out some tools to be able to navigate those things. There's old belief systems about intuitives being burned at the stake, et cetera, et cetera. So we have those in the collective field. That story is part of our programming. And unless you overcome them and work through them, they definitely will stall your growth and stall your ability to actually go out there and help others because you're afraid of your own shadow, right? So it's definitely something that I have had to work through, but not necessarily. I guess weirdly enough, it's that I've always been the black sheep of the family. People, my family's like, okay, whatever you want to do. I tried to explain it to my dad, and he just said, well, as long as you're making money of it. Well, my mom is psychic, I think. Definitely she's very intuitive, but didn't open her skills and she didn't trust them. So, she's kind of stayed in the closet. I think after you really embrace, I think part of my staying in the closet during my real estate journey was that, I didn't really feel like it was something that I had, was going to do, out in public. And then, each stage of your evolution, you're constantly deciding which beliefs are going to support you and those who are not going to support you. And some of those beliefs are going to hold you back. And then you have to work through them and realize that, yes, you can make money being an incredible coach and supporting people through their evolution, and it will change people's lives. So that's what really drives me. It's really important.
That is what's up, because the thing is there's so many, just like you said, beliefs. Because what I have come up against just recently is that there are so many healers that don't believe in healing, really.
Right.
And that makes me sad. It's like, I let me see how to. So there are so many healers that have taken, have all these different modalities. They know how to do, this alignment and this sacred soul thing and this soul something. And, everybody has a thing, right? You got Reiki, you got prana, you've got theta, you've got, all these different things, that modalities. And the thing that hit me just probably the end of the year or so, because Spirit said to me, it's time for you to go deeper. And I was like, what do that even mean?
Right.
What do that even mean? And so as the year has been, coming by, it's like I started talking to different people, because I'm an introvert. I play extrovert on Facebook and YouTube and stuff, but I'm truly in myself an introvert. I could be right here with me. I'm without a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wasn't really connecting with a lot of people. And so that was one of the things that Spirit told me that I have to do this year, that I need to connect with people and just talk to people. And, and I'm finding how difficult that can be, because a lot of times when people reach out to you, they just want to pitch you. And that's fine, because sometimes, maybe if they didn't pitch you, wouldn't know what they had, but then there are other times when, you just need to connect with people. So this is what I'm learning, just say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? And not in a crazy, grimy, slimy way, but, in a way where, people feel like you genuinely care. And so
I always tell people and my clients, is like, people won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel.
My girl, my Angela.
So yeah, absolutely. Make sure that they feel really good.
Yeah, make sure. And the thing is, but that was something. And so I started talking to healers, a lot of healers, just, just asking, and trying not to, because I noticed that people they get a little butthurt and a little bit out of shape, when you ask questions. I'm like, no, I'm not a detective. I just want to know some things, because
curiosity is the key
right.
to everything.
And the best way to find out is to what? Ask, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Then I think back to, when I was growing up in the church, and the people in the church said, you don't question God.
Mm.
And I was that kid that said, well, why not?
Exactly. Who's presenting themselves as God? Let me ask that question first of all.
Exactly. So, so it's like, okay. And so I started asking, and it's funny because it was not too long after I found your group. And you see, put something in there, healers are struggling or something like that. And so I was like, okay, I was like, I can get with this, this is amazing. And in the vibe, and so I started talking to people and I was like, okay, but they don't believe. They don't believe that they can actually be healed. And I want to know, what is it that we can do about that? How can we help people to, see that they can be healed, that energy healing is a thing, and that they can be healed. They don't have to be sick all their lives. They don't have to die from drug overdoses at 54. They don't have to do all these things. And so my question is, how do you see a way to actually address this?
Well, first of all, I have to address the fact that nobody heals another person, right? So what I always talk about is that I'm creating an energetic field that you can choose whatever outcome you want, right? You have the power of choice. And I've experienced over 20 plus years of doing this that some people have made some pretty massive choices in that field, right? Because you get to a place where energetically you create a higher frequency, and that higher frequency then can manifest a different experience of your life. We all talk about the secret, right? So and the power of manifestation. But besides that, it really is knowing that you're the creator of your reality. And we are made of vibration and frequency. We are literally, in terms of quantum physics, we are literally a particle or a wave, and by observing that wave, we can collapse into a particle, into a physical manifestation. So everything is energy. We come from a program that the Newtonian physics, it's like everything is matter. And that is such a deep, not true thought process. And so as we continue to evolve through our consciousness, we will automatically turn on that sixth sense, right? So we have the touch and the taste and the smell and the sight and the sound, and we live our lives in that small container, in that box. But as we continue to evolve our consciousness, we cannot stop from feeling the field around us. And as we start to realize that, we can't prove love, but we all know that it exists. And why is that? Because we're innate beings that understand that there is energy between all of us. Okay, and that love frequency, whenever you walk into a room, I'm sure every single human being has ever experienced walking into a room and feeling that that person or that group of people is to be avoided. It's a survival mechanism, but there's no documentation to state that that is why they won't go near those people, right? And then there are other people that you're completely, like so attracted to, and you just can't get enough of, right? And that's an energetic combination of frequencies. And you're going to find those who are really in resonant with you, just like one guitar on one side of the room. And then you have another guitar and you ping one of the strings on one of the guitars, the other guitar will start being in resonance. We are frequency beings. And that then explains how healing actually happens, is when you're vibrating at such a frequency and you are then working in a group or in an energetic container, then the other person will start to be in resonance with that. You can see it through vibratory, when you're put a certain pitch to a wine glass and the glass starts waving, right? It's sound, and then it can shatter the glass. We are literally made of vibration. We literally, and then if you imagine a bucket of sand and you have pebbles at the bottom, if you shake that bucket, those pebbles will come to the surface. And so that's why, so many thousands of years where people would know that if they hung out with yogis, they would start to have their own resonance start changing, and they would be able to get to a state of bliss by just being in the presence of a high vibrational being. And so from that whole kind of perspective, is that if you're with a healer and the healer is creating an energetic field just by intent and mastery, obviously, to be able to understand what frequency they're creating, because we can create all kinds of frequencies just by our thought. I can ask you, what's the scariest animal? And immediately your brain will start going into fight or flight and start imagining whatever your scary animal is. And all of a sudden the chemicals within your physiology will start to change. And then you will literally be generating a state of fear frequency. Whereas I can invite you to think of something really blissful and loving and amazing. And just by your thought alone, you can actually then create a state of love frequency and bliss. And then you can actually communicate that and generate that and intend to send it through the electromagnetic field to other people. So healing is just, to be able to teach people, it's really a matter of unwinding the old belief systems and then educating people on what the truth is about who we really are.
That is so powerful. I mean, it's like the desire that I think that so many healers have. It's like we just really want people to know, hey, this is available for you.
Yeah.
And the way I think is like, you don't have to die being stressed out. Because that typically is what kills a lot of people in, I say, my generation, because this is my age group. And it's like, so many of us, and I think about that thing, and it drives me. It's like, why do we have to have this? Why are people dying at 60 in 2020s? Something is not right about that. All right, so this has been amazing. This has been so just amazing. And I'm super grateful that you have come on the show, because this has been, it's just been more than I could even have thought that it was going to be.
Oh, Tammi, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
You are the one. I really, I was so super excited that you took me up on my invitation, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. But I had no idea how good it was going to be.
Surprise.
Right? It's like, oh my God,
That's
here
so
we
beautiful.
go.
What? Well, it's a co-creation, right? So you created the space, and thank you for doing all the magical work in the world and everything that you do, because each bright light helps us light another one, right? We're all
Yes.
candles, and we're all lighting the world up one candle at a time, one soul at a time. And so I really
Yes.
appreciate your energy and your enthusiasm for life. And
Oh man.
thank you so
Especially
much.
now, right?
Oh my goodness, it is exciting times. It's a really phenomenal opportunity for us to shine our lights. Absolutely.
Yes.
So.
I really, I started thinking about that. I was like, here we go. We have so many people have been asking for this space.
Yeah.
I can't truthfully say that I have, but I'm glad that it's here. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I haven't been that. It's like years ago, they used to say, don't pray for patience.
Oh yeah. Otherwise you'll get a little 2-year-old kicking your seat on the back in a plane, right?
Yeah. The whole time you're flying, yes.
Exactly. Well, you could ask for patience.
Right. No, not
You
asking
get to
for
practice your mastery. And I think that we're all getting to practice our mastery right now, right here, through these times where we're getting to navigate relationships change. We're getting to navigate old paradigms change. And it is happening really fast. Thank you. Because, it's better to rip the Band-Aid off. But this old paradigm has to collapse in order for us to build a new foundation. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So share with the people where they can connect with you.
Yay. Well, definitely Johanna Gardner. Yeah.
If you have anything that you're offering right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, the best place to reach me is Johanna, Johanna Gardner, GARDNER.com. And that website has all my info. You can find me on Instagram, Johanna, JOHANNA_Gardner, GARDNER. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook, and I have my beautiful Facebook community with all the beloveds, including yourself. And we do all kinds of fun things with healers helping healers. It's really about, we're really bringing the 5D economy. That's kind of our focus, is realizing that wealth is within yourself. And that's, it's not an external experience, it's an internal experience, and how we manifest amazing things just by connecting with others. Love is going to be the new frequency and the new currency. And so I'm really focused on that platform and helping people realize that it's love that makes the world go round.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, that's look it up on Facebook. It's the Creative Healing Community. So Creative Healing Community, and we have about 14,700 people in there right now. So
wow. And I have to say, it is a sweet space.
Thank you.
Because typically I don't do really big groups unless I was there. Like I have a group that I've been in since it was probably 2,000 or 3,000, and now I think it's 12,000 or 15,000 or something. But I've been there, you know what I mean? But I typically don't join big groups because the energy in there is usually not good. Not good. But this one is amazing. And that was one of the things I actually invited a few of my friends, because I was like, look, y'all need to come over here, because we were all thinking the same thing. We don't want to be in these big groups because the energy is bad, and sometimes is lots of spammers and just craziness going on in there. And I noticed that you don't have all that going on. You just it's just peaceful. I seen a few little icky things, but you're going to see that anyway.
I know. Well, I'm very blessed. I mean, obviously,
Truly.
I send a lot of love and light to everyone within the group, and we have very, very, very little drama. Most of it is just absolutely pure love, and the connections that people are making within the group is my heart. It's something Simone and I really attest to creating an energetic bubble, pink bubble of love. So if you need some
and that's
love,
awesome, because that we need that in the world today.
Yeah.
And then, and then healers also need a place that they can go to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We need a Cheers bar.
Exactly. And try, it is, going through the dark night of the soul. And I went through a pretty intense one and came out the other side and realized, wow, really needs your support system. And so our soul sisters, our soul family is absolutely key to helping us all get through these crazy times.
Yes.
And we're doing it together. So, and
that's the point.
Yeah, we're going to have fun during it. So, yeah, we have the healers helping healers, and literally, if you need free support, we have those healers out there, and they're donating their gifts every week and sharing their love. So,
and that's amazing, because we need to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, people that are masseuses, they have their own massage therapist.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But why do healers don't think that they need a healer? It's like you need somebody to help you.
Oh, you do, because you always have a blind spot. Like,
yes, absolutely.
You can't do your own surgery. So
no, that's what I was telling people. I'm like, so when you go to the doctor these days, you could probably Google your symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you going to the doctor? Right. So they can give you a pill or whatever it is.
Exactly.
When you go, they may, yeah. So, but you have to have somebody, on your side.
Absolutely. Coaches need coaches, healers need healers. It is absolutely pertinent, because you got to keep your high vibe up, and you got to be out there, and it's like brushing your teeth every day. You got to go clean your auric field and go, sweep it all, off and go out there and shine. So
right. And you look, or you got to have a spray, because my husband doesn't like when I burn. So I have to burn when he's not home.
Got it. I love it.
Otherwise, I have a spray that I got. I got it from Incantations, which was amazing. She makes this awesome spray. It's like a cleansing spray.
I love that. Yeah. Intention is everything.
Yes, it's amazing. And it smells really good.
Beautiful.
And it's got crystals in it and stuff. So yeah, it's good to go. Love it. Love it. All right. So we're going to go, but I just really have enjoyed this so much. I mean, this has been, just something that I have needed. And I'm sure that everyone else, as they watch, they'll see themselves as well. So I just want to thank you and just show so much gratitude to you for, just coming on and just sharing your heart, because that is really what it's all about.
It is. What a beautiful co-creation. Thank you so much.
Yes, just sharing our heart. All right, so we're going to go. Bye.
Bye.
I know you've been blown away with the amazing value here today. Now go out and inspire the planet. And be sure to send us a message when you're ready to come talk about it on Straight Outta Savannah, Talking with Tammi.